I realized I'm not qualified to judge anyone else. Let's get into our simple forward fold today and focus on our judgments of ourselves and others and see if we can't remove a bit of the judgment. I've got a personal story that I can share with you that I'm not too proud of, but it's just the reality. So let's get into it. Let's get deep into our stretch. You've shown up again. Well done on you. It's going to be a little dark today. I found this incredible abandoned building I just thought was too cool to resist. It's early in the morning today. It's not in the evening. It's Sunday morning. I just thought for today, let's try something different. I know that I'm not going to be able to get as deep into my stretch because it's the morning and I'm stiffer. So I'm going to remove the judgment of what I did yesterday and I'm just going to accept where I am right now. What I found is that when we remove our judgments of others, we start to judge ourselves less, and it's truly liberating. It's been a process for me, and here's how it goes. I was in the swimming pool not that long ago. We have these cold water pools here that I love to go into. The cold is amazing. As I'm sitting in there doing a bit of a meditation, focusing, and this very obese woman walked in front of me. And I had an initial negative judgment of her. We all do. It's very normal, natural, it's evolutionary to judge things immediately. We don't control that initial judgment. What we do with that judgment is in our control. Regardless, I had an initial judgment of her. I felt terrible about it, but all I started to say was, it just popped into my head, judge not, lest ye be judged. And I just kept repeating that over and over. I've never really read the Bible. I knew that's where it came from, but I just kept repeating that phrase over and over, sort of like a mantra. All of a sudden, the water didn't feel so cold. I noticed I was judging myself less. As I kept repeating that, judge not, lest thee be judged. Rather than judging that woman who was now sitting beside me in the cold water, I was looking at her with reverence. And just how amazing she is to show up at a pool, knowing that she's going to be judged, knowing that people are going to look at her, and the bravery of her to be able to come into a situation knowing that she'll be judged. Now all of a sudden I was looking at her with like, you're incredible. What an amazing person. Simply by watching my mind, noticing the judgment, and then redirecting my attention into judge not, lest thee be judged. I think our judgments are often one of the biggest things that hold us back. We judge ourselves far too much. We judge other people. I know that when I'm at my worst, when I was drinking a lot, eating bad food, not feeling good about myself, I judged people all the time. It's just easier to judge. When I'm taking care of myself, when I'm doing the right things, when I'm feeling good about myself, I start judging people a lot less. It's amazing how that works. When you start to put the focus on yourself in that I'm going to be the best version of me that I can, and I'm not qualified to judge anyone else, it's really, truly liberating. It's so freeing. I used to be so self-critical. Every morning I get up, I haven't done enough today, or yesterday, I didn't do enough. I got this wrong, got that wrong, as opposed to I'm an incomplete person. I've got a long way to go still. Just keep moving forward. Whatever it is I need to say to myself to remove the judgments. But I think that starts by not judging others and realizing I've made so many mistakes in my life. I am not qualified to judge anyone else. And rather, if somebody is a Donald Trump supporter or a Joe Biden supporter, look at them with curiosity. Ask them, oh, why do you like this person? Rather than condemnation or judgment. It works in every single thing. I know I had to go through my drinking. It's so that I realize that I have empathy for those that drink too much or smoke or gamble or overweight because food is their addiction where mine was alcohol. And food addiction is the worst because everybody sees it. We have to eat. And it's no different than the other ones. So who am I to judge? There's a time where I drank too much. I smoked. I did things I'm not proud of. Would I make those mistakes again today? No, I would not, definitely. That's how I allow myself to move beyond it, have no regrets, Because I would make a different choice today with the information I have, I can allow those mistakes to go. And I don't judge myself about it anymore. And again, it's freeing. I could judge myself at the tightness of my back right now, the fact that I just can't get as deep in my stretch as I have been in the past few days. Nope, this is where I am right now. I'm committing to this. We're building consistency, discipline, still some flexibility. But in that, we remove some of the judgments. And I really do feel like if we could all learn the lesson to not judge others, lest they be judged, we would live in a different world. This is not about religiosity, but there are universal truths. There are things that have been taught to us for thousands of years. There must be a reason why they've been around for so long. And they say that judging is easy, thinking is difficult. So we just judge. And again, it is part of the human condition. We want to judge something to see if it's a threat. But things aren't the threat that they once were in the past. So that initial judgment is not in our control, but where we take it is. And sending compassion and love to somebody that maybe needs it with our thoughts, maybe that can change the world. It's the littlest things that we can do. There's a great quote by, again, another wonderful teacher. We talked about him yesterday, Wayne Dyer. I hate this quote, but it's so true. Judging somebody else doesn't define them. It simply defines you as somebody who needs to judge. I hate that, but it's true. This is why coming into this simple forward fold day in and day out and learning to focus and pay attention in this moment. We can notice our thoughts, notice the thoughts that serve us, the ones that deplete us. And I've certainly found any judgment of others depletes me. As opposed to if I was born to the same parents, grew up in the same town, had the same friends, went to the same school, had all the same life experiences as that person, would I act any differently than they are right now? And I absolutely, no, I wouldn't. Of course I would act like them. I'm not better. Oh, am I not better? Do I ever know that? We all have gone through our own experiences, seen the world through our own narrow lens, and there's a reason we act the way that we do. I think if we can rise above it, just be the best version of ourselves, how can I be just a little bit better today than I was yesterday? That's true nobility. Not being better than anyone else, simply being a little bit better than you were yesterday. I don't know if anything's been more impactful in my life than working towards removing judgments. And I still judge all the time. I've been working on this for years. And as I said, this story with this woman in the pool only happened a few weeks ago. But I felt elevated after. But quickly I was able to move through it, but noticing judgments are just a reality. We are a judgmental species. We are. So accept that, but then what do I do with that initial thought? I want thoughts that serve me, that nourish me, not ones that deplete me. And judging others as less than, as awful, as deplorable, just keeps me down. What about you? Feel free to comment. Let me know. What judgments do you hold on to? What judgments have you been able to break free from? Let me know if this resonates with you. Let's continue to inspire each other. I'm going to go a little deeper here. Breathe. No judgments of ourselves. Notice our thoughts. Notice when you have a judgment and move beyond it and shift, reframe your thinking. Man, we could go a long way if we stop judging each other so critically. And ourselves, for that matter. We're incomplete people. We're not fully done. We're perfect just as we are. And so is our desire to continue to get better. That feels pretty good today. Judge not, lest thee be judged. Universal truths. Thanks for showing up again. See you tomorrow.